On the 12th of December 1964, Kenya officially became a republic, and that was 1.5 years after the country had attained independence from the British colonialists, and Jomo Kenyatta had been the Prime Minister and then later on the first President of the Republic of Kenya. And today we gather here at the Nyayo National Stadium to celebrate what is the 56th, I should say, Jamhuri Day celebrations, which are being held here today, and to be obviously, overseen by the head of state and the Commander-in-Chief of all the armed forces, the President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. He will, of course, today have a special guest who is the Prime Minister of Barbados. That is Mia Amor Motley, who is in the country, having taken part in the ACP conference that was held earlier in the week, and that was, I think, sometime on Monday or thereabout. And so Kenyans are coming inside the stadium here. I'm sure you can see what the picture looks like. There's a bit of entertainment. School kids, of course, in their usual ways, coming here dressed in colors representative of the national flag, white, red, green, and black. And therefore, it's a good feel here within the Nyayo National Stadium as the country marks what is the 56th Jamhuri Day celebrations, and a lot to talk about in the 5 decades that we've had, the 5 and perhaps a half decades that we've had. Issues around national unity, issues around development, issues around politics, social issues. So much to talk about 56 years later since becoming a republic. And some of these, of course, are being addressed currently through the Building Bridges Initiative report. One of the key issues the country has had to face over the years is the issue of national unity and cohesiveness. Kenya, of course, having several tribes and usually a bit of conflict, and especially when it comes to political season. So Kenyans, of course, being, I've been talking about this for quite some time now on issues of national unity, issues of development, economic issues. This, of course, coming at a time when Kenyans are a bit overstretched when it comes to financial issues and the economy. Many analysts say it does not appear to be doing that well. And so a lot to talk about on this day. The head of state, of course, expected here to oversee, to preside over this event. And we expect that in his speech he will address some of the issues, some of the achievements he's made since taking over in 2013 and being elected for a second time in 2017. The other thing we expect to come about in the celebrations today is the issue of national unity, and this, of course, refers to the Building Bridges Initiative and the report that they released earlier. We understand that the term of that, the mandate, I should say, of that task force has been extended, and they will go on doing what they started doing sometime in 2018 when the two leaders, the President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga, shook hands. And we expect some of those issues to come about when the president takes to the podium to address the nation on this day. Last year, he did show up in a very colorful way, donning the military regalia as the Commander-in-Chief, of course, and we don't know what that will look like today. We expect something perhaps new or even a repeat of that as he comes here to preside over this event. A lot of leaders also expected from across the country, political leaders, government leaders, public servants, and when I say political leaders, I actually mean from across the divide, the friendship between the head of state and ODM leader Raila Odinga. Of course, we've seen a lot of camaraderie and brotherhood or brotherhood between the two of them really in the recent past, and we expect that to extend to this event. Among other leaders from across the country, Deputy President William Ruto, or all the governors, or perhaps most of them expected here as well to preside over this event alongside the head of state. So speeches are expected to start something from 11:30 when the head of state arrives. And now it's just Kenyans coming into the stadium, and a bit of entertainment here from singers, dancers, traditional and modern. We've had a lot of presentations on that, and that very famous song, My Land is Kenya, one of the most famous songs when it comes to patriotism in this country, and songs that have been sung to celebrate the country and the achievements it has made over time. And a lot of that, of course, will come later on in the program when the president comes and the official entertainment part begins before the speeches officially begin here. So a lot to expect on this day. as Kenya marks 56 years of being a republic. You did remember the milestone that was achieved about 6 or so years ago in 2013 when we made 50 years as a republic, and we had a lot to do, celebrations in terms of the people who made this country great in the years gone by. And of course, Kenyans, through sport, through leadership, through other areas and sectors of the economy and which drive the country forward, were celebrated at that time. And 56 years today, we expect even more celebrations as the head of state comes here to preside over this event. Like I said earlier, he has a special guest who will be the chief guest in this event, and that is the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Amor Motley, I should say, who is in the country after that ACP conference. So a lot to do today, and at this moment in time, as the other reporters have said, Kenyans are just coming in numbers here. Tight security for obvious reasons, being a presidential event, and for the security and safety of Kenyans in such kind of events when a lot of people actually gather together to celebrate these national days. So security is very tight here, and Kenyans are being checked from every corner and every entrance as they come into the stadium, and just being lined up as they wait for the official start of this event. So that's what it looks like at the moment. Really not much in terms of dignitaries and a high-end, so to speak, arrivals and VIPs and VVIPs have not yet come in. It's just the members of the public and the security forces putting everything in order before the official start of this event. And that's what it looks like, with a bit of entertainment at this moment in time. So we are here to give you a full broadcast and a full view of what is happening as the country marks 56 years of being a republic. The first one, of course, on 12th of December 1964, when the Kenyan flag was hoisted up, and that is when we became a republic.